This is roboBeats from Elephant Robotics, a cute little interactive robot that can do some cool dance moves while playing music, and sometimes even have a mind of its own. roboBeats not only acts as a Bluetooth speaker, but it can also be used as an interactive desktop clock, which is pretty neat. So for around $89, is roboBeats any good? Let's find out in this video. Starting with the unboxing experience, we can see that it comes with a relatively big box. However, when opening it, we notice that the packaging is quite simple. We get a simple user manual, roboBeats itself, as well as a charging cable, and that's pretty much it. Beginning with the overall design of roboBeats, right off the bat, we see an elliptical display screen that serves as a robot's head, and it can show a variety of interesting visual expressions through this little screen. Moving down, we see all the openings for speakers inside a robot. We'll take a closer look at the sound quality later. On the sides, we can see the robot's two arms, and that's where all the dancing happens. On the back, we have a power button, volume up and down keys, as well as your charging port. Turning on the robot is quite easy. A long press will activate roboBeats, and it makes some simple dance moves when booting up. At the bottom, there's a Type-C port for your computer science kids to play around with the robot. Unfortunately, I have zero knowledge in terms of programming, so that's something I can't really test. Let's start with the Bluetooth speaker function. As for connecting your phone to roboBeats, it is the same with any Bluetooth speaker on the market. You just go to your Bluetooth setting page, select roboBeats, and the screen will show that your phone has been connected. Now, when you start playing some music through roboBeats, this is where the magic happens. As we can see, when we start playing some music, roboBeats starts dancing to the music as well. Its dance moves will even change based on the type of music you're playing. For example, when playing slow-paced and peaceful music, the dance moves tend to be slower and more relaxing. On the other hand, if you start to play some EDM or rock music, then roboBeats will respond to the energy by performing some cool party moves. Even during some extreme dance moves, it's not easy to hear the motor, which is a pretty nice detail. As for the playback, you can control the sound volume through the volume buttons in the rear, and the power button also acts as a pause or mute button. One interesting thing is that roboBeats will only dance when you're actually playing something out loud, meaning that when you're playing something with muted volume, the robot won't dance at all. As for the sound quality, it is quite good everyday speaker. Of course, it's not going to replace any professional speakers by any means. Here's an audio comparison between my iPhone and roboBeats. As we can see, roboBeats performs pretty well, but for high-pitched instruments, both the iPhone and roboBeats struggle a little bit. Overall, I quite enjoy this speaker function. If you have a spare iPod, you can connect it to a roboBeats and you'll have a little desktop robot that plays music and dance while you're working. When you're not playing music through Bluetooth, the roboBeats will turn into an interactive alarm clock in the shape of a cute little robot. Unfortunately, you cannot use the robot mode and the speaker mode at the same time, which is kind of a drawback. One thing I like about roboBeats is that it responds to your touch. When you put your hand on a robot's head or body, it will react in some very interesting ways. For example, when you place your hand on his head, it will raise his arm and try to cover his head. When you place your hand on his tummy, it will move his arm and show a specific facial expressions on the little screen. And sometimes it even seeks to challenge you, which is quite interesting. On the other hand, when you're not interacting with the roboBeats, it will start to entertain itself, as if it has a mind of its own, bringing a sense of life to your desk. In addition, roboBeats can display the current time just like a normal clock. But what's interesting is the way you change the current time. For normal clocks, we usually just press the buttons. As for roboBeats, it's done by moving the arms up and down, and when you're done, you can just move both arms to the center of the body to confirm. Overall, I think this little robot is quite an interesting accessory for a desk. Especially when you're working for a long period of time, having a little interactive robot that can also play music and dance to the music is quite relaxing. So, what do you think of this $89 little robot? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, on October 18th, this little robot will be available on Kickstarter. If you're interested in getting one for your home or office, go to Kickstarter to learn more. So that's all we have for today's video. If you want to see other gadgets review, click here. As per always, for tech and gadgets, we got you covered. And see you next time.